Hey guys, welcome back. We had a good FOMC day. It's May 7th. We're doing a small account challenge. We're going to review the 0-day options I traded today on SPY. Hope you guys are having a good one. Let's see, halfway through the week. So FOMC days, a lot of times professional traders don't even trade just because the IV's messed up, the volatility gets crazy. So I'm kind of sitting on my hands for the most part. If I do trade it, usually it's after the announcements come out too. Sometimes it'll be moved before then, but again with the IV, it's just like it's broken basically most of the day. So this morning I actually paper traded it, working on more kind of trading in the wedge and just range trading instead of liquidity grabs, which are typically more like breakouts. So kind of started this slow grind up, this ugly chop, which was to be expected. Started with this purple channel I drew here, then this white one on these supports here, and it started respecting both those. What I do like about the chop and the grind is I can usually tell pretty easily where stuff is, where the channels are and stuff. So yeah, came up here. I'm going to show you guys the paper I did first. So I do it on Webull. And first trade today on Webull was I bought puts at 1705. The timing's all messed up on here. Didn't do that. Oh no, there we go. 1017. Weird. Oh, okay, yeah, 1017. 1017 got puts. Yeah, these ones actually I remember holding for a while. Basically, it's this strong taper going on here, and this resistance. So, looking for just kind of a retracement more or less to the bottom of this channel. But the risk of that is that it can grind up. So, which I guess that's what this time it did. Yeah. So we did have a little head and shoulders there too, which is part of the reason I got into there. With your head here and your shoulder here, and I pulled the trigger on I think this candle somewhere in here. Did I stop out of that one? I might have. Yeah, I stopped out of that one at 1022. I closed some, and then 1024 I closed the rest. 22. Yeah, so I actually helped with all this and then closed some of them here just because that was my take profit. But these are actually red still. Again, the IV and stuff like that today is just sucky. And then on this candle I closed the rest because, yeah, realized it wasn't happening yet. Just building liquidity. And next trade was 5. So I'm on the paper account. I'm just trading 500 SPY contracts. So like 50 SPXs. At 1050 and 50 I got puts. Okay, so yeah, that was a break of this channel. So, let's see, yeah, right here. So pretty straightforward. This was our resistance, this was our support. Broke there, and to first take profit would be, I mean, ideally low a day, but I was selling it all down throughout here. And yeah, first sell was 1051, 100, 1052, 100, 1052, 100. And then 1054, 100. So 51, 52, and then 54, 100. And then I had a 50, another 50 sell at 1054, and then 310 sells, 10 contracts at 1054 and 1101, 1102. So here and here. So then also the red channel I drew here, didn't perfectly touch it, but it was getting very close to that, and that's part of the reason I was kind of done with it and getting out. Not expecting too big of a move before FOMC. I think this was from a tweet or some news. I can't remember what it was, but I left I think like 5 contracts as runners, and those stopped out. Didn't trade all through here, and came back to trade about here. And so drew some more channels, drew this green one, which was a new one, and it just so happened to be the resistance up there as well, but it was from this support. And then this white one from back here originally. So SPY kind of made this little inverse cup, but really I was looking for it to break this white one, and it did with a nice little head and shoulders here. Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate I missed this one. So I saw this one, I wanted it. I didn't take it. I guess just with a small account it's difficult because it's like I'm thinking I only get one trade, I gotta wait for the best one, and you never know what the best one's gonna be, so it's kind of a mental block I have to, I guess, I battle with, or I have been this week at least. I haven't before. Like before I'd be fine, take the first trade I saw and it was whatever, 10%, 20%, 100%, whatever it was, it didn't matter. Even if there's better trades later, it was fine, but for some reason this week I'm just like, I think maybe because the account's so small now, I have to double it, pretty much. I don't have to, but I don't know. I think that's kind of part of the reason. But yeah, this one. So I watched the contracts that I was gonna pull the trigger on, and no, wait a minute, I'm all confused. No, it wasn't here. Could have done it here. I wasn't planning on doing that. Actually, I don't even know if I was here for that. I'm sorry. It was this one down here. I got really confused. It was this one right here on this green channel. This head and shoulders that I was trying to pull the trigger on. So after I saw this green channel, this very flat bullish channel, which is really bearish because this is most likely bearish building liquidity to drop it. Then the last confirmation is it breaking that. So unfortunately that's so low. That's where I have a hard time. These contracts are the ones I was watching closely. So this completed this inverse cup right here. Rejecting 5-day, which is this orange line. Rejecting 5-day, completing this inverse cup, making the handle, and then I'm just looking for it to break kind of some of these earlier identified channels, yellow. I guess I only had yellow at that point, and then this white one. And then later on I put this green one in here. So the yellow, the white, and then the green. I didn't have the yellow one, and I just wasn't quite mentally, wasn't mentally prepared for this, which goes against my rules, or expecting this, because I wasn't prepared for it. Yeah. Flexible in your expectations, rigid in your rules, and my expectations were not flexible at this point, because this was before, this was after the FOMC came out, and, you know, we'd fully had our reaction from it. And I was influenced, I think, by another Discord, and not to put blame on that, because I didn't follow my rules of just being flexible in expectations. So anyways, just wasn't expecting this right away like this, a move before Powell started speaking, and sure enough, it came up and just happened so quick. It finally broke this, well, it broke this green one, and that's where I was like, pulled up the contracts. I'm like, oh man, do I really want to do my one trade right here before the big move potentially is going to happen, and when the IV is still jacked up? And I didn't. So but yeah, these one here, these right here actually went 100% down to here. It would only been one contract for me, and it's not necessarily I would have held to here, but if there was any trade where one contract would go 100%, it would be either in the last like 30 minutes where these go crazy, or one like this, because, you know, if it's a slow grind, I'm not going to hold one contract for 100%. I'm going to take profits before then. So this was the trade that I needed for that big percentage. And again, it's getting close to this red down here, and if I actually duplicate this and move it up, just move this one down so you can see what I'm talking about. I didn't need this, I checked it to see, but it's basically the same trajectory. There, it touched it perfect. 1, 2, 3. So that would have been a pretty clear final profit taking, or close to all of them. So missed that one, fortunately. And I was fine to sit on my hands today. I did want to get a trade in, and let me see, paper. I had made another trade on paper. I think I did this one on paper, maybe actually 1343. Oh, okay, I did this one on wait, what did I do here? Oh yeah, this one I just jumped the gun on it. Yeah, because it broke my white channel. I don't know if I hold this. No, I stopped out of it. Yeah, I was pretty preoccupied at that point. But yeah, I was. You can tell I was waiting for the put entry basically. Couldn't tell you why. I guess, well, because this white had been broken. If you're using this as a support, I guess this inverse cup also. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's what it was. So if you pull this white up to where I had it prior, would have been like here. Yeah, it was pretty ugly, but it was kind of showing as resistance. I moved it down here then after they started doing that little liquidity. So I was gonna paper trade that. I tried to grab it here, which ended up being just still part of the shoulder, and then it made a little head. So yeah, I did paper that one, or tried to. I'm gonna show you, see if I can do this. Here we go. There's the paper trades from today. Pause it or whatever. Yeah, they're there. I know it doesn't mean a whole lot, but still practice is fine. And then on the real trade, because I did actually trade the money today, and it's embarrassing looking at it now because it was clearly just in liquidity and I was forcing it, turns out. So we've got whatever color this is, red, this red channel here, which was resistance here. I was repeating, this was the same one that turned into support down here. I'm waiting for it to break that on the upside. You know, if it makes a pattern, a cup and handle or whatever, that's great. Which you could say this would be the cup, this is a handle, and then it broke out of that. Anyways, we won't talk about that. It broke the final red one here, came up and started actually resisting this green one that I drew from back here, if you see that. And so I'm like, okay, it's broken to the upside. Now we'll see if we get kind of another little mini head and shoulder up here outside of this break, which it didn't end up getting. So had the break, but no continuation. And that thought process is why you'll understand why I entered somewhere in there, which was just so stupid and forced. 309, 311. Yeah, on this candle. So I was waiting for it to break this purple, this steep purple one here. It did. It's kind of could ended up being an inverse head and shoulders, but ended up just being a liquidity chop. So if I was trying to play it safer, I would have waited for it to break this red, or even break the 5-day and fully complete this cup and make a handle, or break 5-day and then retrace and bounce off the 5-day. So I was trying to front run it, which was to my demise. Ended up making the move. It just had to build a way bigger head first, which is what this is. So I was just playing it on this little one. It made a big one, which actually coincided with this white line here, more or less. And then I think this was on news, but regardless of the news, this grabbed all that shoulder liquidity there and ripped up past 5-day. And look at that, it perfectly touched the top of our green line there, which is from back here, which is the support I drew from here. Also resistance there. It's crazy, man. So I'd done the trade on the little account, and of course I could use a big account, and this started going, and I didn't want it. It was just going too fast. The big account's on Fidelity, and I'm like, it's just too fast movement for me to trade Fidelity. I just trade on the browser, so I'm like, it's insane trying. You have to click like 7 or 8 buttons just to get in, and then 7 or 8 buttons to get out. It's like, so that being said, it did this, and I would have grabbed it right here on that red break, and even like the contracts from here to here are, you know, 500% or more. But at any rate, I was like, I'm not gonna do it, and it came all the way up here, and then I'm like, wait a minute, well, it did just break 5. I'll maybe wait for it to I'll just wait for it to retrace and 5-day, because it'll probably get a retrace here, and I'll just grab it there, and we'll keep going potentially. At that point, I hadn't seen that it perfectly rejected the green, which is not a great sign. And then also, this is Eric at SPY Day Trading. Also on his 30-minute chart, it had just hit the top of his yellow channel here. So for those two reasons, it was probably not going to continue on. But I didn't see that in the moment because it's moving so quickly. So I actually did jump in some calls there. Can I do this? Do it like this. So I got just 3 SPXs. These were so fast. 3 of them. I can look at the time on them too. It was literally just on that retracement candle. I was in and out, clicking as fast as I could. 344.56 I bought them. So somewhere on this candle here. End of day, you have to be vigilant on taking profits. And then the first one, if you saw, went up almost 100%, which was 345.15. Just right here. So somewhere on that candle. And then the second sell was 580. So 380 is what I bought. The first one was 600, the second one was 580. I was also 345.27. And then the third one, I was trying to get out as fast as I could, and I couldn't. It was closed at 225, so I took a loss on that last fill, but overall it's up a few hundred on it. So didn't totally walk away today empty-handed, but I gotta shake it for tomorrow. I'm excited about today because the wedge trades I was taking on the paper account, they worked out well. I actually even took one. I don't know if I mentioned it. I took one down here. I don't know why that didn't show up. I took one down here as calls, just because again the bound is red, and then it broke the purple, and it's just not even really a structure, just the fact that it's at the bottom of this wedge, and we're probably not going to keep going. And if we do, that's fine. I know where my risk is. It's defined right there with this white channel as a stop, so I can take that risk. I did end up stopping out on this one actually, just because I wasn't really paying attention. And but I'm somewhat pleased with potentially looking for more of the range trades and not necessarily just waiting for the breakout trades, which with more money and being able to take more trades, it's easier. But if you're just trading the range with one account, with one contract, it's a little tricky. Long-winded for my fourth trading day, but I guess I figured I wanted to go over all that analysis with you guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. Peace out.